It's all set up. Just need one more. Need to check on one more thing, basically. All right, then. I think everything's all set up now. So, yeah, I just felt like it's been a while since I fucking last streamed, honestly. I kind of, like, had a lot of crap to deal with, and I was just, like, burned out for, like, a whole month, pretty much, for other reasons. Plus, my friend group's gotten really fucking into, like, Barotrauma, and I kind of appreciate it. It's just a lot of fun, and I don't want just wanted to do that, but, like, without streaming in it, basically. Besides that, actually, what's the animated background do? Oh, it just turns that off, I guess. And apparently still keeps going after you fucking turn it on and off. Well, let's get started. If you guys don't know what Tome is, it's basically some overly elaborate, like, RPG game. It is fucking hard as hell. But it does give you a lot of, like, leeway to do all sorts of crazy shit. I am playing this modded, by the way, because there are some quality of life mods that are, like, basically needed. Pretty much. No, it's because I just kind of want to try out all. I just want to actually use the classes and stuff instead of having to, like, fucking farm for them. Just more fun that way. So essentially, like, every like race in this game kind of has like its own gimmick. Essentially, like, it kind of dictates how much health you have, some of your stats, if you're gonna get penalized in XP or not, or if your character even gets a fucking special talent tree or not. Like, for example, Doom Elves have essentially, like, better magic, but, like, slightly worse strength. They're a bit more frail. They have XP penalty, but they get Haste of Doom. While dwarves basically are, like, bulky as hell, slow as shit. Pretty much dwarves have, like, they don't have a super strong ability, but they do have, like, good strength, willpower, and con, and, like, a good health scale, pretty much. They also get stone water, which is kind of neat. Of one of their focus stats don't really play on well with it. And honestly, the biggest thing I like about is this stuff here, the Wander and Adventure class, because it kind of, like, lets you basically it lets you just build your own class very much. It's not as the reason why it says it's by no means balanced because the fact that, like, you technically can get any fucking talent tree, technically, but you only have so many like category points, so you can only, like, have so many talent trees, and even then, like, all your talent trees are, like, at the absolute minimum potential that they could have because there's something called talent level. Now, most of these classes here usually have, like, a 1.3, like a 1.1 or a 1.3 level in like their talents. Venture just has 1.0 on all of them, which means that you basically have the weakest possible layout for every talent tree possible. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it does mean that your scaling is going to be a little weaker on everything you do compared to, like, the other classes that use those abilities. Not that you can't level them up if, like, force them to be stronger though, because technically you can use category points to get, like, an extra 0.2 level scaling on them, which is kind of nice. So you could, if you had a really simple build in mind, you could theoretically do something with that. Let's see. Do I want to go straight to adventure, or do I want to, like, just go straight into like one of the other ones I like to play. Because there are a lot of funny like class builds in this game. They all have different gimmicks and such. Like for example, there's the fucking there's Doombringers, which are basically like like Fire Knight guys. They're pretty powerful. Reavers are pretty fun too. If you like super mages, Archmage is pretty fun because basically you're like a glass cannon and you basically have all sorts of powers and stuff. It's very you can do all sorts of stuff with it essentially. Arcane Blade's kind of fun, but it does have its flaws. Berserker is just a classic Unga Bunga class. A Brawler though, Brawler's a lot of fun. It basically lets you like you can just beat the shit out of people in like nonstop essentially, and like the combo system is insanely good for it. But I'm probably gonna do an adventure. Now I do have respec mods in, so I can like basically like change it up as I go. But that's more so just to like I don't really respec my fucking categories usually. At least not that. Most of the time when I respec stuff, it's just talent points. Because it is kind of like annoying, like that you could just be deadlocked into like a really bad layout with no solution for it. Yeah, let's name this guy Crab. Oh yeah, this game does have permadeath. So as you can see, 7 category points. I have these. Basically, these go for these. Like generic points go for like the right side abilities. Class points go for the left side. And category points I just use to like unlock these if I want to. Now I think I do have a fun idea. Let me look at some of these. What kind of character do I want to make with this? Now I'm playing dwarf, so I could use Stone Warden stuff. How is their magic's not very good? Nah, I can't even use it anyway. It's level 10. Maybe an Earth Mage of some kind? No, yeah, that might be an idea. Just do an Earth Mage. Okay, that's for later. I do need a different one, though. And this one. Problem is, I'm gonna put all my points into magic so I could fucking literally afford that. So I got my 2 attack spells. I'm gonna need something to pair with it, basically. Aegis, maybe? Nah, Aegis kind of sucks. It's probably something better I can use. Can't use anti-magic because anti-magic blocks spells, technically. Okay, obviously Stone Alchemy. We'll get that. If you want him to be tough, you probably should give him conditioning. I need like something to allow him to basically be like a good warrior-esque type character. Now, if I'm going spells, I'm gonna try to avoid Wild Gift, because Wild Gift does uses equilibrium, which is kind of like a weird mechanic. And I'd much rather not go too far into it. If anything, I might just go for maybe the Sandrake. Like, I'm just gonna leave that open for now as like a baby. And we'll get Earth and Power. Also allows me to attack with shields, I guess. Nah, maybe not that one. What about the corruption abilities? There are some useful ones. It's also not like super powerful. Never really mess with cursed gimmicks because they're kind of like weird with how they work. I guess I will have to have one wild gift to make it so my character can actually do stuff. So this one will probably be it. I'll probably save these for later, or use them to just like up the effectiveness of maybe the stone spells. Basically. Oh, I know now. I have an idea for one I can use. So there's an enhancement magic. Yes, this can basically allow me to pretty much amplify my character even more, allowing for more magic power eventually. Now, I think I can get one more that might help me with this. No, not poisons. No shadow. I just want to give him like warrior powers later. I mean, it would help with his recovery at least. Maybe. I'll leave that open. What about superiority as like a later one? Maybe. Yeah, maybe shield defense, I guess. Shield defense would be good. Yeah, I have nothing else to put that last point into, honestly. I guess Arcane Strike for a double strike. Or maybe yeah, maybe more conversion. Okay, given the nature of our setup here, I don't think we really need any of these. Just do Lore Masters. That means he's getting like annoying already. Oh, that's right. I need shield training. This is gonna be rough for a while. I won't be able to benefit from some of my abilities yet. I will, however, keep them in my inventory for later. So this game kind of plays like similar to Dungeons and Dragons more, where you move, they move when you move, kind of thing. So kind of simple of a game. See how good my Earth Strike is. Not very. Yeah, also people hit hard as shit in this game if you don't have good armor. Which I don't, honestly, because I need to get my fucking levels up. So I can get my, like, actual armor boosters for that setup I'm gonna do. Also an auto-explorer just to make things more convenient. As useful as these weapons are, I'm not really going to be using shields that much. Well, not weapon. I'm going to be using shields a lot more than, like, anything else, effectively. Pretty much. Now, one of the cool things about Pulverizing Auger is it basically is a piercing attack. So it will do damage in a line. Especially when you pair it with Stone Spikes, which is another AoE that pierces. There we go. I'm definitely going to have to put a lot of points into that, though. And a severe lack of good armor is going to be a huge problem here. I say that's a really good helmet. Okay, so basically, the fun thing about this game is it kind of has like three different like powers and saves in the game. So like there's like physical, spell power, and mental power or something. And basically like all three does have like also like a saving throw based around it as well. Obviously my character's mental save and fucking defense is ass, but can't really do much about that. Okay, anything that's like ranged in this game is a fucking pain in the ass. Like basically there's this fucking snake creature in the game that basically has like a fucking gun. It's just like, oh, we're just gonna give a fucking snake a gun. You're just gonna have to put up with it. And its whole existence is literally just to knock you back and just nuke your ass for fucking like a insane amount of damage. Oh, you're back one sec. Came back, my food basically arrived. Got myself a cheesesteak. So, sorry about that. Some interruptions, basically. What's kind of cool about this game is just the whole like level of like shenanigans you can do with some of the builds. Like even if you're not doing like magic per se, there's a lot of like cool like combinations you can do to basically make your character like a lot more powerful. Finally, I can use my shields. Yeah, I probably should start putting points in that because I want to get this. Fiery Hands is very nice. Man, he reduces my strength by 6? Damn. And there it is. We're out of fucking Tutorial Island now. Time to actually begin the game. There is one problem with the setup. I basically can't use weapon masteries at all. Like, they pretty much have no purpose. Basically. But I can probably, instead of getting those, I can just get fixed skin and get my guy like a lot of physical resist, which would be very nice. And oh yeah, this is like dwarf's abilities. So basically, dwarves get active that just gives you armor and protection and stuff, and then they basically have like a chance to block a hit and get armor, extra saves, and pretty much you can like literally go through walls. It's very nice. I can also use Jam Portal too later down the line and do that, but this is more accessible essentially. Also doesn't cost mana. Now, yeah, I guess I'll just keep upping my accuracy because. So the reason why I chose conditioning is because conditioning not only gives you shorter cool durations on harmful effects like poison, disease, and wounds. It also just makes it so you have an emergency life booster whenever your health goes below half. There's also the status effect shrugging off ability, an aura that basically debuffs your opponent, and a power booster that basically makes it so you can just keep using stamina without in exchange for health, and just literally combine it with something else to basically boost your life regen. And the things I just grabbed here, these are pretty good. Basically, Stone Skin gives you armor, and basically whenever you get hit while having this on, basically there's a chance that your any of these spells will get like shortened in duration. Any like earth or stone spells, so basically anything from this tree or that stone tree down here, it will immediately lose 2 turns worth of cooldown on it. And another thing I can get eventually is the Mudslide, which basically has like nice knockback, and Stonewall basically just can protect me and stuff. It's very nice. It really just comes down to like how I want to go about things with this. Now the question is, can I get a... Gotta find the alchemists. They're kind of like important in this game. Where the fuck is he? Oh, there he is. And he's a pain in the ass. Fuck, I cannot out-regen him. He just hits so fucking hard. Oh yeah, these fucking backgrounds are pretty good. They got like a certain scuffed look to them that just makes them like perfect. Guess I'll do a different guide this time. Like after this one, I'll try like a different build. An armor on at least. That's right, I don't have unarmed combat, so my damage actually sucks ass if I'm fucking doing that. Just gonna bleed those guys. Regenerate. Let my buddy handle that one. I guess the best way to summarize this game is like if your character can't make it to the first like 15 or so levels, you're pretty much you pretty much have to revise your build. Because level 15 is around the time where like enemies start getting like a little bit more bullshit, and you kind of need to actually have like a game plan. That one doesn't count. Fucking, I was trying to click heal. Next, I click regeneration. Yeah, the problem with regeneration is it doesn't heal as fast. So if I don't like have my heal on, because like there's a difference between these two, and that's the fact that like healing is instant. So if you have it, it will basically fully restore your health. Well, not fully restore, but heal like a certain amount instantly without making you take a turn, pretty much. And you pretty much want to not waste turns if you can early on. Like the first 5 levels, enemies do hit hard as shit, as you saw earlier. And this guy has quite a bit of physical save on him. What's his armor? Does he even tell his armor? No, it doesn't tell you shit about armor. You just have to hope for the best and know what it is. Yeah, this guy is fucking tough as hell. Doesn't have any defense, but the fact that he basically has... Oh, he used some kind of infusion earlier. He must have healed himself. Yeah, these power things I have here, basically anybody can have. So, like, if a person's, like, strong enough or smart enough, they can literally, like... pretty much use that against me to some degree by having their own. And they'll usually have, like, shields, healing, stuff like that. Because infusions are basically like the equivalent of like potions in this game. Okay, I gotta boost myself. Just fucking hit the abort button and just proceed to just fucking unleash a shit ton of healing. By the way, it doesn't matter if Norgan dies or not. It's just kind of like he's just convenient to have for this starter, as it since during dwarf starts you basically have this dungeon to do, which is pretty nice. Pretty much like every race in certain classes start in like their own like little unique places. Oh, it does tell the armor. Okay, I just didn't see it earlier. Yeah, I'm pretty sure hardiness is how much damage I can physically block with my current armor. And this axe will do just fine for now. Yeah, along with infusions, there's also runes. Runes can also do some useful things sometimes. Like Mana Surge basically just gives you a shit ton of mana regen. How much regeneration am I actually getting from my conditioning ability? 130 over 8 turns. That's pretty good. That's basically enough to protect me against low damage enemies, at least, or DOTs. Especially since it's also, like, reducing the duration of it by 30%, so... Yeah, I won't get cheap shotted by damage over time effects, at least, while having that. Those are decent boots. Everything's actually pretty decent for now. So dexterity boosts your accuracy, and this already gives you +4, so pretty much I'm getting, like, I don't know, like, a +6 to hit. And the mind save and confusion resist is going to help a lot. Some of the more convoluted situations where I have to deal with, like, psychers or wild gift users. Okay, somebody's hitting hard as shit. I think this archer might be... Yeah, he's doing quite a bit. He has, like, nature damage and everything on him. With that, I should be able to wear a shield now. Let's see here. Temporal Liver Gloves of Magic. There's... So adds +6 temporal damage, 1 armor, 5% temporal resist, extra boost to arcane and temporal, and +2 magic. Okay. I don't really have any other glove items on, so it's kind of useful. This is that Brass Lantern. It's just gonna give me 40 more max HP. Okay, now, if my character dies at this point, I'm gonna do a different build. Let's respec and get this. Imbue item can be very useful early on. Because there's things called agates that are very useful. The Spinal gives me defense. I can use this for bombs, which are very useful. Where's my imbue? Oh, it's right here. If I imbue my lantern... Do I have to have it in my inventory to do anything with it? I guess so. Oh, I'm guessing it doesn't work with certain items. See, it's only with body armor, apparently. Well, if that's the case, I can just probably put it on a shield for now. Nope, doesn't work on shields either. What about torso armor? Does. Okay. So now I have extra sight range for the time being, since I put that on my arm. Yes, the fucking deaf alchemist that screams at you. Yeah, he basically just he's like a hermit that's just randomly somewhere in the map in every run. And he gives some of the best potions in the game if you complete his quests. Now, if you're wondering why I'm going for every alchemist right now, it's because of the fact that pretty much when you complete one alchemist's potion, one of the other ones get completed. So by starting the quest with everybody at least once, like at least having the quest started on all of them at least prevents them from finishing their last potion, at least from what I've noticed. And I can kind of use this in my advantage to do a bunch of other stuff. I guess the wizard apprentice that needs an artifact. Give him his River's Fury, which will give me access to the Mage City for later. And now for the last alchemist. Now, I don't really care much about these alchemists in particular because not really that useful. But there are like two that I really want items for, like their potion effects from, and I kind of want to like get them before they make them already. So I thought I try to lock in at least one of them. I fucking hate these guys so much. This guy just keeps knocking you back pretty much. Okay, so I can't use enhanced arcane blades anymore because I'm using shields now, but it doesn't really matter. It was only temporary. So I put poison and anti-heal on him. Block, counterattack, push him back, heal, punch him. And just like that, we're done Arita. Yeah, basically Arena gives you like two generic talents, which is kind of nice. I hate when they do that. They just randomly fucking run into the river. Since I've been doing Baradrome with a bunch of my buddies, I've found out one thing. A lot of my friends don't like to be the fucking guy steering the ship. Which there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just like, wow, there's nobody want to like actually like take an easy job here. But to be fair, my guy at the moment is like the only person with like fucking 90 helm skill in that fucking game within like her friend groups like setup. So I can understand why they only have me doing it. It's also the fact that between me and like the guy playing the fucking doctor, there's the rest don't really know too much about the game. Or haven't gotten far enough to actually like, you know the real intricacies of it. But they're learning. We've been using like the big rig for that fucking run, and it's been super fun. So, if I had to like because we had EK mods, we were able to basically install a medical fabricator for the doctor guy because he was fucking like he got really upset that his fucking like medbay turned into a fucking locker, like some fucking janitor's closet, basically. Still was one of the funnier fucking bits that night. Wait, so this refreshes Rush. That's a ability that I don't usually use that much. And that's a technique. It's like think it's not tireless combat. It's not tactical. It's not dirty fighting. It's like some other one here. Oh yeah, it's this. This is a very useful fucking ability if you just need to like ram into somebody without like them fucking running away. I will, however, level up shield wall if I can because shield wall is amazing. Just getting like an extra like 2 armor, 6 block power, and some stun and knockback resist is very good. Stuns suck in this game. Like, if you get stuck with those, you're basically screwed. So getting stuck in a stun is like the worst thing ever. And I don't really have anything to like throw in here. It's just kind of more life regen. But if I was going to go somewhere with this, what could I do actually? Convergence maybe? Just teleportation? I could just make my fucking shield bleed my opponent. That'd be pretty funny. Maybe awareness. Harmony. Nah, I don't use Harmony that much. At least not like how it's designed. Doesn't seem that useful. Okay, that's Vim stuff. I don't really want to use that. I could just get this for horrifying blows and just make it so I can just debuff the shit out of my opponent and lower their damage output. And if I get this to rank 5, I can horrify enemies in a radius and also slow them down, making it easier to do more strikes on them. Or if I really want to go the Vim route, I could just go this, get more spell power for free, and pay pretty much and just use the Vim purely for the shield, the Abyssal Shield. Nah, sounds kind of uninteresting actually. I mean, it was a good idea for something. Maybe this. Maybe fungus. Just bulk up my character's recovery. Yeah, because if I get this, I can at least have an extra heal option and also extra life regen, extended beneficial effects, and be able to get extra action economy essentially from healing, which might be very useful. I'm just kind of like looking around at these. Like some of these seem very useful, some of these don't. I have to basically like I'm still kind of like figuring out what like I really want to do with this character beyond just stone magic and such. Like nothing wrong with the stone magic in this game. It is very useful. It's this special shield. Shield of fire resistance. It has. I guess the only difference between this is it literally just has fire resistance. Okay. Yeah, I won't complain. Fire resistance can be useful. And that daze really fucks up your enemies. Wait, I could get that one taunt ability, pull everything in, and then smack it back. That actually might be a cool idea to do with this. Just taunt them all in and then slam them all away. And just constantly, just do like a fucking, like a blender method, essentially. Okay, this guy's like some type of special to him. Gonna deflect him. Daze him. Throw poison. Okay, he's all dead. The Bleak Zephyr, the Copper Amulet. Dark damage boosting, resist pending for light, +1 light, Sonic bonus. I don't use Sonic, unfortunately. I will start wearing heavy armor, though, because if I do that, it's going to activate my heavy armor training, which is going to give me extra armor and hardiness, as well as crit resist. Okay, it's good that I have fire resistance, because these guys do burn me with something. No, they're just hitting me for normal damage. They're not breathing or anything like that on me. Still kind of annoying, though, because they hit hard as shit. Oh no. Also, apparently someone shielded me. Yep. Have to be very careful with this fight because there's an elite and a boss here. Okay, it's a lot safer now. Elixir of Undeath. That yeah, that basically makes your guy undead. It's this armor. Let's find mind power, mind damage boosting, darkness pen, armor, life regen, stamina regen. It's not really that useful for what I'm doing here. This cloak, however, is kind of useful. Basically, just gives me some defense and physical save. No good belts though. Speaking of which, I'm now at my level where I can basically get level like these items, these like abilities now. Like I put it on magic though if I want to be able to acquire them. So the cool thing about Stone Spikes is basically everything beyond its first ability just piggybacks off the first. So Poison Spikes, Eldritch Spikes, Impaling, they all just add more damage and effects to this. So now I have Anti-Heal, Silence, Arcane, Nature, and Bleed on it. If I get this, it will add instant physical damage and Disarm to it. And since I'm level 8, I now get the second racial ability, which allows me to get Stone Skin. Stone Skin can be very useful, especially because of the fact that it literally just has a 15% chance to increase your armor and basically completely negate the attack that triggered it. So you basically just have a 15% chance to just not care for what hits you. And then, like, for 5 turns after that, you just take even less damage for the time being. Hmm. I guess I'll increase my maybe my auger damage. Yeah, I'm gonna increase my poison. Get some gems. So what I could do with these is I could take my the gloves, boots, and body armor off, and just start infusing, I guess. Oh, I see. I can only put it on the armor. Well, that's still nice. I should probably bind my Rod of Recall now. There you go. With my armor infused now, I'm getting +1 to all stats. Which isn't much, but it's basically just going to increase my odds of survival a little bit. I'll probably do away with the alchemical magic mechanic. Like later down the line, but for now it's basically just it's a filler for something else. Okay, there's some type of horror nearby. Oh, never mind, it's just a crystal rat with call shadows. Damn, that's a decent belt. At least for now, it's decent. I mean, decent for me is anything that can be used like right away, essentially. Without sacrificing anything, which in this case, this is kind of nice because it gives me temporal fire resist, a little bit of con, life regen, and life boosting, which is very useful. I still have a level somewhere. Oh, yeah, I have stats. Great. So now that I have Unflinching Resolve, I basically have a 15% chance every turn now to basically just shrug off a stun effect. On top of like my stun resist that I have already to prevent like it in the first place, so it should be okay against stuns now. Like potentially at least. I do need to start upping willpower though. Like just a little bit. Get it to 20 to get Stone Fortress, because Stone Fortress is insanely good. It pretty much allows me to protect against elemental effects using my armor value. And having 60% of my armor value protecting me against stuff like that would actually greatly reduce the bullshit I put up with. Another call Shadow User somewhere. What a hat did he drop? The Ariba hat. No, yeah. Pretty good hat. That is a weird item to have. Wheel Fate is like one of those like RNG mechanic fucking items. Okay, that's a solid upgrade. It's basically the same boots, just with like one extra armor and infravision on it. Ah, great escorts. The worst fucking thing in this game. Like, it doesn't matter how you put it, like, making an escort system in a game is just the worst fucking thing ever. Has the music changed yet, or is it still bland? Yeah, no, we're gonna keep that off. Oh, this guy was just ripping into me. Holy shit, he's got a lot of fucking talents on him. He's got two different types of fucking auras: Shatter Mind, Beyond Flesh, Skate. What the fuck does Skate mean? Like, what the fuck does that even do? Okay, he just threw like a fucking rock at me. Okay, he just fucking yeeted me into fire, apparently. Oh, he's dropping meteors down, basically. So close to being fucking dead. There we go, finally killed him. And he was packing some good fucking items, apparently. Some impenetrable mail armor, okay. Just even more armor value. This sword here is fucking broken as hell. It literally gives you fucking extra dark damage, does extra damage against living. Apparently, if you hit somebody, it also inflicts blight on them. It has a chance to just cripple their fucking physical stats, and it has a chance to just literally strike them for lightning and do 38 damage to that target in the next. And it has fucking 3 strength, a boost to blight and physical, and pretty much ignores a percentage of their fucking lightning resist, while also being normally accurate. This fucking weapon has it all. I'm gonna hold on to that, because I might be able to throw that into a... So there's an area where you can throw items in, and it will basically carry over, I'm pretty sure. At least that's what I think it does. Well, I'm gonna basically just throw it in there, honestly. Let's see if I have a future character that survives long enough to use it, get there, I'll at least be able to give it to them. Put this new shield on. It's gonna cause more... Actually, it doesn't cause more fatigue. Okay. Well, gonna get temporal resist and a chance to just get turned at, like some action economy back with some more armor on top. Damn. That fucking skeleton literally almost kicked my shit in. Charm. Charms are kind of useful. They do like active effects of some kind, and they also have some passives on it. In this case, this one has a 10% chance to make me take 11% less damage for that attack, and also gives me dark resist. This calf can be something left to be desired, I guess. I guess I leveled up again. Nope, I just didn't use it. I kind of want to get this in inner power so that way I can basically have a passive shield on myself and just have a steroid to my stats. Well, with that now, I now have the power to use lightning on attack. So basically, it's just going to do a bit more lightning damage every time I hit things. And yeah, I can now daze on punch and get mana back from it. So I think my mana recovery is now in a good spot. For stone. Requires a lot of magic. Oh, I got another range option. I can basically fire 2 stone missiles at 20 damage each and bleeding. Unfortunately, spell power is not very good in that regard. It's not at the moment. Getting Stone Fortress, however, is going to be helpful. Should I even keep Earth Magic active anymore? It's not really... I already got Stone now, so I don't really need it anymore. So if that's the case, I could probably get an alternative. Oh, I know. I'll get Fungus. There. More max HP, more life regen. What the fuck does this do? All damage increased by 10% and damage penetration. Okay. So it just makes my attacks more potent. I mean, it's not the worst totem to get. Definitely has some use. I start transmogging some of these items because they're just going to get in the way. Oh, yeah. Mighty Girdle is really good because it just... So fatigue is basically a mechanic that affects like your magic and all that. So by putting the Mighty Girdle on, I'm basically reducing my fatigue by a decent amount. If I have any, of course. Which does affect these to some degree, I'm pretty sure. Basically, the consequence of heavy armor is it kind of like penalizes your resources a little bit. Oh, yeah, that's right. It doesn't make you undead. It just literally gives you fucking like negative health or something. Yeah, I don't know. I just been kind of like thinking. I'm kind of like on the fence of like using stuff like that. I just kind of like don't really like focus that much into it. Oh, okay, he's bleeding. I just wasn't sure what the whole effect of it was exactly. But if it's nothing but a boon, I'll just use it then. Okay, how much? So it lowered my max up by like 50-ish, and it gave me like, damn, that's a lot of like negative health potential. That's You're right, that was actually pretty good. Got these fucking like, what are these halflings, swords, Jedi looking motherfuckers? Okay, he's got a couple bleeds on him. He's silenced. That doesn't look good. Damn, they're quite stubborn. It's all Mind Stars. I don't use Mind Stars. Like, I understand the appeal of them, but I just don't use Psionics. It just gives me like a fuck ton of them. I should probably buy the crystal and see if I can get that eye item. Well, let's hide the unlearned ones. I'm not really going to use that much else here. Like, I'm pretty sure my category is down at this point. Like, I might grab maybe one other category, but that's about it. Is this even worth getting? Brace yourself for final stand, increasing your defense and armor by 2. Maximum current life is 70. You stand lets you concentrate every blow, allowing you to avoid death. So basically more life and all that. Okay, so it blocks death. Okay, that's very useful. That's potentially very useful. This, however, doesn't seem that very useful. Especially when I have money's power. That's like a later thing to get. Do I want more anti-heal? More recovery? I guess... Yeah, I guess I should boost the power of my shield and also my recovery of equilibrium and mana. That sounds fine. Okay, so that's where he is. He didn't have the eye on him. I kind of want the eye because the eye gives it 5 willpower and also, like, makes it so your character just asleep, but not really. Kind of a nice item for that. Wait, this is just a fucking amulet of heal. Why wouldn't I use that? Yeah, text. Okay. Yeah, just a free heal amulet. Also, that's the first time I've ever found a fucking amulet that just straight heals you. Like, that's insanely good. And it scales with mind power, but, won't really scale that well. Given the fact that willpower is one of my lower stats that I'm going to be focusing on. Like, I am going to focus on it a bit, but not, like, a crazy amount. Yeah, there's no reason to keep anything. Oh, no, it's the fucking guy with the bees. Oh, never mind. He has a gun. That fucking crystal has a gun. Gotta be careful. He's fucking armed and dangerous. I did like how it's like, oh, it's just a fucking random rock with a gun. It's probably like the sheer ridiculousness of it is just what makes it like really funny. I really do need to get like another escort so I can get +5 willpower so I can get shards. Like shards would probably help me a lot, honestly. Just for the counterattack potential. Yeah, just need one more rank of that, which also requires 28 willpower. So I guess I have to get 28 willpower, period, if I want to, like, fully use my wild gift bonuses that I want to use. Because I'm not really using them for, like, the stat. I'm kind of just using them just to get the minimum bonuses. Like, for example, being able to just get some free turns from non-regenerating heals. And basically, some, like, an extra turn or two on the regeneration spells and stuff. That kind of thing. This is kind of nice though. If I get like maybe magic, con, and strength maxed out, I'll just start putting the rest into willpower for the added bonus of extra duration on stuff and healing and max HP. At least that's what my like thought process is like leaning towards with this. It's worth maxing. Maybe. I mean, this is basically my main attack spell. So I can get them. I just need like 6 more magic actually for that. Obviously, accuracy needs to be capped. Yeah, I'll just level those up and get more damage. Okay, I came from that way, so I gotta go back up. These dudes look pretty decent. 3 different status resists, some blight resist, and some mana on crits and max mana with some +5 magic might actually be very useful, honestly. Stamina regen isn't really going to be doing me much anyway. Especially since I have like Fiery Hands active, which is giving me some every time I hit. I don't really spend that much stamina really anyway. It's more mana related. Which my I have like a passive or two and a sustain basically covering that base. I am, however, enjoying the shield builds though. Like this shield build is like fantastic. Like the first 40 odd hours of this game that I played, I never really touched shields, so I felt like it was going to be like more hassle than it's worth because two-handers were kind of like my favorite type of weapon in most RPGs. But then I've like actually like extensively tried them out. They're a lot of fun. Oh, am I disarmed? Yeah, I'm disarmed. That's alright, I could just counter it. Rook club. No, I might save that for someone else. Maybe. I want to change my mind midway through. Just decent shield in there. Acidic Shield of Resilience. For the block power, retaliation for fucking acid damage, max HP, and a chance to just reduce armor by 25% on somebody. Yeah, I'll take that. What does belt? Belt's just a lot of fire. I do kind of need to liquidate my items. I accidentally rebound that. Let's put repulsion back where it's supposed to be. Oh, this is one of those deep variants. One of those variants that had like a deeper cave essentially. Oh, I don't need that pickaxe anymore because I just got the best pickaxe in the game. How's my Alchemist quest going? Yeah, I'm not gonna find some of these for a while. I got to wait for until I'm done Dreadfell to like finish those probably. So any deep items here? Rifle lever armor of the deep, but is there a heavy armor variant? Well, I guess I'll buy that for now, hold on to it until I find a heavier armor variant. I guess I can actually do a deep check on this. Murder's Cloak. Nope, nothing good. This ship is exploring the map, at least. Can't do Golden Graveyard, that's too hard right now. Okay, somebody's trying to lightning me. Oh, fuck, they're turning off my shield wall. Did this person just kill themselves? Yeah, they summoned the fucking Rhyme Bark and killed themselves. Ooh, that's some good gloves, though. Yeah, I'll take those gloves any fucking day. Like, one of the fucking Zigger assassins, like Inquisitors, whatever they're fucking called, tried to summon a creature, and basically summoned the Rhyme Bark, and the Rhyme Bark decided to just kill his own fucking summoner. Let's do hidden combat real quick. I really want to get that ring. Okay, these people fucking hurt. Well, no wonder they have like physical power 47 because they're fucking brawlers. Fucking punching sound effects always gets me every time. I'll fucking knock them back too far. I do need to get better infusions, by the way, because that's gonna help me at least not fucking die. Because right now I'm still using base infusions. I just haven't had a good chance to find good ones. Again, I haven't really been actively looking for them either, so it's kind of just whatever. Black boots. Wow, this is completely useless to me. Oh, that's an elite. Well, okay, that's a pretty good lantern. I'm taking that. How much money I got? 407. Well, I'll buy some time. There we go. Just enough time for me to recover. There we have it, one of the best fucking rings in the game. The Blood Collar. Literally gives fatigue reduction. Although it does lower your mind save by like 7 points, it just gives you fucking lifesteal. Like, why wouldn't you use this item? Nah, I don't have the physical power to deal with that person. At least I can now heal while I fight. I guess I should probably finish all the like starter zones at least, so I can pretty much get that done and over with. This game's always been kind of like a spare no expense type of fucking game where you try to like acquire as much XP as physically fucking possible. Well, that thief has a fucking gun. Finally got the final fucking spike upgrade. That spike upgrade's gonna add a insanely strong boon to me for just dealing with like fucking physical fighters, because that disarm duration is just gonna help so much. Yeah, I'll lower the lightning and get this. And I basically have a passive shield and some extra bonuses to my stats. Alright. I guess it leaves out like willpower and con for some reason, probably for some balancing reasons, maybe. I mean, to be fair, if it upped every fucking stat, it would probably be overpowered. Let's silence him and cripple him in every fucking way possible. Elemental Great Maul of Amnesia. This thing apparently has a shit ton of effects on it. Yeah, it's a lot. Can't use it though. Might use the Rod of Annulment over the totem I have. Oh, it's a... I guess it's just its own thing. I mean, whatever, I'll use the Annulment. Very good item. Oh, I forgot to basically take it out of it. Oh well. That was still in the transmog. Pesky skeletons that are disarms. Yeah, I might want this. Blocks 4 instances of acid, 2 physical, 3 nature, and 5 mind. Yeah, that's going to help me a lot. And this healing infusion of the warrior is definitely what I want. There we go. What if I find like a coral spray or something? The coral spray would be a very good item for me at this current moment. Generation of sneak, 124 life instead of 100. That's it's better than nothing. It's not going to solve my problem of life recovery, but it will probably at least allow me to spare a little bit better chance. Just until I get a better rune or inscription for that. And that's good. And it's one of these gunners. What's he hitting me with? Psyworms. Wow, he sucks at doing damage to me. Trent Copper Ring. Poison, disease resists, nature, and blight protection. Not very good. Yeah, none of those items look any good. Oh, well, they might give me components I'm looking for. I do know, like, adventuring parties, if you encounter them, do drop some useful items, potentially. Wait, was that adventuring party? Oh, that's right, it's the Kurtz guy. Forgot about him. Okay, now storming the city started. Let's get more vitality. Actually, you know what? This actually would fare me better. There. Now I can get myself fucking blind protection at least, and a better chance to resist stuff. This arm just really arbitrarializes them, doesn't it? Swashbuckler Steel Shield, fire resistance. 18% fire resist, plus 4 strength and 2 dex. Plus 5 accuracy. Yeah, I'll take this over the fucking temporal shield any day. Now, I do need to scrap some potentially useful items. And also maybe try to find myself a infusion that is warrior based. Actually, no. This one might be good. Regeneration of the wizard would actually help me a lot here. There we go, now I got a nice hefty heal. Any heavy armors are deep. So what's my current armor? Only impenetrable? Yeah, I should probably buy myself something like actually good. Like this one here, it's just a solid upgrade. Not only is it impenetrable, so it has definitely has better armor. Actually, no, wait, there's a problem with this. It has disrupt. Disrupt's really fucking bad from spellcasters. Yeah, on second thought, I'm gonna have to wait on that. Put a level in that. It's 2 to all stats and 20 extra shielding. Good. Yeah, I do believe Stone Fortress is providing me a lot of protection against this bullshit. I do like how I can just turn off the fucking air elementals fucking lightning spells for much just by fucking like spiking them. Any deep armors? Nope. Ooh, that is insanely good. Too bad I don't fucking wear heavy armor usually. Well, no, too bad I only wear heavy armor. So, like, if I try to, like, use something like this... Actually, no, this won't hinder it, actually, at all. It's pretty good. Plus 1 con, 5 armor, life, disarm, resist. That Juggernaut ability, though, is fucking disgusting. Apparently, it just literally lets you ignore 31% of the damage you take and just shrug off critical damage 17% of the time. What is that, 213 gold? Yeah, it's kind of expensive, though. It's kind of expensive. Let's go do Sandworm. Sludge Grip is not good for me. That necklace, though. This necklace has a lot going on in it. Give me like fucking 14 stat points worth of bonuses. Fucking light and dark damage with boosting for it. It shreds defenses. On melee retaliation just lets me fucking blind and reduce damage dealt by 13%. Yeah, we're gonna hold on to that amulet for later. I have an idea for that maybe. Oh, I appear to be dazed still, so I'm gonna wait for that. Wait for one of my sandworm buddies to spawn. Sand level is always the worst. It's not even the worst because of, like, because of the enemies. It's just the worst because if you get stuck in sand at all, you're basically just fucking dead 90% of the time. Being an enemy dealing 182 nature damage over 7 turns, reducing healing by 50%. 100% chance to cleanse 2 total effects type of disease, wound, or poison. 100% chance to increase the duration of a beneficial effect by 1. 100% chance to reduce fatigue by 23% for 2 turns. You know, that's just a solid upgrade from my current item. Okay, the exit's just right there, but honestly, I want to kind of explore a bit. And at least humor the area a little bit. Well, sometimes there's like some genuinely good items here. Like, despite the frustration this area can cause, it does have some genuinely useful items. A lot of ability items, though. Okay, I'm done with this floor. Just gotta wait for a sandworm to come over and help me out. Okay, good. Got out of it. What amulet is this? Oh, it's generic. A lot of slimes, but I guess that's kind of normal. Okay, what does this guy have? Chaos Orbs and Void Stars? How about no? You're not allowed to cast that shit. Genocide. I don't think I've ever got this item before. Shit ton of physical power, extra orc damage, rat ton of physical stats, and you know what? I might hold on to that because I might be able to put that somewhere. Quite a rare item too. On sandworms, give me a good fucking path. Okay, so I can now use Body of Stone. See, Body of Stone apparently gives me cooldown reduction on certain moves, some elemental resists, and some stun resists. I guess I'll have that one more level, that way I get like probably an optimal amount of it. Okay, there's definitely something in that corner. That's probably where the next floor is. If I can actually like get over there. Impenetrable mail armor if fire resist. You know what? Yeah. Sounds kind of worth. Then what I'll do is I'll just put an agate in it. So many creatures that just got like fucking summoned. And why don't it just keeps disabling my shield wall like nonstop? I up this one. Nah, not really worth. Actually, there is an idea I have here. So let's just get rid of Stone Alchemy entirely. We'll go into basically putting points into this, which will basically give me resistance to all damage types at least. And if I get like maybe 2 points of it, the 5.8% against everything will probably at least allow me to survive better against certain bullshit. Certain forms of bullshit. Okay, so putting 2 category points into this would basically give me like an extra range if I max it out. What about the potency of it? Yeah, it's done like 20 damage to all this. Like 20% more power to everything. Requires a lot of con to max that out. I could make use of my equilibrium a bit and just get like Sandrake abilities maybe. See what does Mucus do? Nope. What about Moss? Or Moss and Ooze? Nah, too active based. I already have a lot of actives. I don't want to overdo it. Hey, Doom Shield? I mean, it's gonna give me a 5th resource, which is Vim, but I'm not really gonna be using Vim that much. So I could do Corruption, and then basically go into Demonic Strength and just exploit the fact that basically both of them are gonna give me some like boons that would help out a lot with my setup. Plus, having this shield buff would basically give me the like pretty much bonus armor and spell power, which would at least make me like a more effective fighter. Yeah, we'll get that. There was another one that I noticed that could be potentially useful. Hey, Eldritch Shield. Also give me another attack method at least and something to use Equilibrium for. Yeah, because now I have a single target attack that will let me just fucking auto block and do a crap ton of extra damage to somebody. Does this have anything else to it? No, it's just raw arcane damage power. Yeah, there's nothing left to do in this area. It's a strange noise and it returns to normal. Am I unable to move? Oh, body of stone, that's why. Yeah, I can only use body of stone when I'm by myself. Like sitting still, not doing any movements per much. Okay, that's a good cloak. Even though it has less defense, it's going to give me cold resist and some extra armor, as well as a little bit more strength and con, which could help a lot. Ooh, that is a nasty ability. I need that fucking shield, actually. That's far better than the current one I have. Because if I ever block, I just immediately shrapnel storm everything around me. Which basically just means I just get free damage. I've only got to find a replacement for the gloves. Kind of hard to, like, replace them in their current state. Yeah, the boots and gloves are kind of like in a hard spot to replace for like replacements pretty much. Let me double check something here. Who is this trying to? Nope, just some random trying to add me on Discord. All right, what kind of maze is this? Is Is it the Eldritch Mage or the fucking normal one? Some kind of Eldritch. Yes, let's not get that. Let's get Eldritch Infusion. That way I can basically do arcane damage from attacking people and pretty much get more spell power and mind power. Also this for extra equilibrium recovery. Oh, it is this fucking maze. It's the fucking one with the Eldritch Minotaur. Fuck. If there is one enemy type that has fucking killed me more often than not, it's definitely the fucking Eldritch Minotaur boss in this variation of this fucking dungeon. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go back here, because this is the worst variant to get. Still going to clear out the first floor, though. I'm already here. For anybody who doesn't know what this variation has in it, it basically has, so normally the mace has the Minotaur as, like, the final boss of the dungeon. But if it's the variation with holes in the floor, it's usually a much smaller dungeon per floor. But there's more floors, and there's a Eldritch version of the Minotaur at the bottom that is basically like twice as strong, basically. It will pretty much wipe the floor with you compared to like the original version. Okay, and these gloves good replacements. Unfortunately, no. Well, really, the only thing that matters from that is the strength, so I might be able to get away with getting a better set of gloves. So this gives me 5 more armor, acid resist, life regen. You know what? Yeah. That actually barely meets the requirements to be better. Like, barely. Not touch that dungeon. We'll save that second area for last. Let me see what the Golem Graveyard has in it right now. I know it has some troublesome enemies. Huh. Oh, it's this guy. So yeah, there's a special area here. Yeah, I need to approach him. He's not gonna come to me. Behemoth hide. Too bad I'm not using light armor. Behemoth hide is a very good armor set because it just gives you like it's good for like a barbarian like setup where you're not using heavy armor. You're just using like dodge builds and stuff and all that because the behemoth armor gives you good armor, good defense, good strength con, everything that like a barbarian style setup would want. Problem is you can't use this fucking one trait. You can't use heavy armor training with it because it won't give you any bonuses. Although there is light armor training, which kind of gives you something pretty useful. So it's not necessarily like an all is lost type of scenario. Like current ring. Fatigue, dex, slight physical resist, encumbrance. Not very useful. It's not in its current use. Why does that have to be disrupt? Like that deep armor would have literally helped me in the next area I'm gonna go to. But because it's the way it's built, it's kind of ass. Because it has disruption ego. Disruption ego is really bad if you're a spellcaster of any kind because it just fucking ruins your spellcasting. Well, it doesn't guarantee it's going to ruin it, but it has a chance every turn to just interrupt whatever you're trying to do for magic. So these aquamarines. Okay, these opals can be used for a newer armor later. Tundra burst. Let's recon. Okay, that's this ring is fucking bullshit. It's giving you +6 to every fucking scaling option for moves. It's giving you defense. It's giving you fucking vision bonuses, blind protection, cold resist, raw defense. Yeah, fuck. I'm gonna buy that. That's 100% a replacement for that. I'm gonna have to be careful though because if I don't have a deep armor set for the area I'm going into next, it's gonna be a lot hard to go through it at least. At least I won't have to worry about it when I fight the weirdling, but it will probably be a problem later. Also, that tree had a gun. Like for context, that tree had a gun. It's fucking wildlife in this game is always armed with fucking firearms and shit. Okay. 5 in magic there. That 5 bonus in magic is gonna make this stuff more potent at least. Which in this case, it basically just gave me a couple extra HP on my shield and pretty much an extra +1 to like 4 attributes. Because I'll sack some accuracy and get money as power for that bonus. Being +8 to all saves is kind of useful. Just for like all because a lot of enemies like to debuff the shit out of you in this game. Like they'll try to freeze you, stun you, make your character literally lose a couple brain cells temporarily. Literally give you magic Alzheimer's. So you pretty much like need to like have high saves if you just want to not die in this game. Fuck. Well, that was a good run. Let's see. How much? What time is it? It's only 9 p.m. Maybe one more? Maybe. I just gotta check on something real quick. I'll be right back. Once I get back, I'll see if I have time. If there's nothing in the way of like me trying to do another one. Apparently my buddies want me to play Baratron with them again. So I'm gonna have to basically call it here. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I've gotten like half of them fucking addicted to the game. But I don't mind. It's a fun game. Definitely. It's been very hilarious lately with how we've been fucking like we're going about things with it. So I can understand like why they've been enjoying it a lot because we've been doing a lot of shenanigans with it lately. But yeah, I just wanted to like play Symptom today, and I just felt like streaming it. So yeah, see you guys.